We just saw a clip of One Fast Move on Prime Video, available right here on Roku. It started streaming yesterday, and you could stream it right now after you enjoy this chat with Eric Dane here on the program. It's good to see you, man. You haven't been here in a while. You were last here for the last ship. It's been a while since we've got at it. Yes,
has it been
that long?
It's been
that long. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I've seen you here and there.
Yeah, I know. We see each other around town.
So it's but it's been a long time,
it has,
man.
But it's not nearly as much as you and TJ. I mean, as soon as you came out, TJ is.
I know
he knows everybody in this town, and you guys were just hugging it out.
We're in a fantasy football league together.
Why did I not know this?
We're in a fantasy football league together, which we've been in for. He's been in for 2 decades, right, TJ?
This will be year 25 for me.
I've been in for a decade.
You know, this is 17 for you.
17 for me?
Your 17th year. Yeah.
Wow, I'm old.
Damn.
Yep.
Who's there? How many people are in this league? How many people are in this league?
We got 10 teams now. We had 12 when Eric. What started off with 2 people left one day, and I needed to fill a spot. I went to a party one day.
You're the commissioner?
Yeah, I created
the commish.
Yeah. And Eric will tell you I'm a great commissioner.
Hold on a second. Oh, no. Now
Yeah,
you must. Now I must defer to you, Eric.
He's a pretty good commissioner.
He said great. You didn't.
I mean, all my needs are met. So in that regard, he's a fantastic commissioner. I can only speak on behalf of me and my team. Kane is able.
Oh, okay. Kane is able. Yeah. I like it.
Because his team co-manager has a cane that he walks with.
Okay.
So
very good. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, so I needed to fill one spot, and then I go to a party one day and I meet Eric. And I'm like, this dude's the man. And so I was like, yo, bro, you want to play fantasy? He was like, sure. So
17 years later.
17 years later.
Have you won?
Twice.
2-time champion.
2 times in 4 years.
Oh. Yeah. And how long is it?
What was my secret?
Yeah, sure.
I chose really well. We have an auction draft. We're an auction draft league.
Oh.
And I spend my money wisely.
Auction draft.
Auction draft's the move, bro.
I'm not that into auction drafts.
You like the serpentine?
I do. I like the snake. Yeah.
The snake is a little bit, it's kind of like you get draft position, and that sort of determines how well you draft.
Well, I mean, in the beginning, it might be a little luck, but then there is some skill. But it also goes fast. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit there and...
I agree.
You know,
we're a bunch of geeks, though. We love it. I mean, we turned this. At one point, we had an actual auctioneer we brought in to run these auctions.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We did.
Yep. So we had somebody would stand there and just be like,
that was their job.
Like at Sotheby's, you know,
like at Sotheby's. Yes.
I mean, we've gone to Vegas for our draft. We were part of some fantasy football, I don't know, company that literally took our whole league.
I don't remember that. Was I a part of that company?
Yeah. Did you not go to that?
I don't
Because you've missed a few drafts for work, so sometimes
you're a busy man.
He hasn't been at every
I've had
single
proxies
draft.
there.
Yeah,
I've always made sure I had a good team.
Okay, so is this a keeper league as well?
It's not a keeper league.
Okay, so we're starting from scratch.
Scratch.
Okay, and so. Well, now I can't ask you who you're targeting in the draft this year.
Well,
I'll ask anyway, so you can answer.
It doesn't matter. It all comes down to who's willing to pay the most for him, and I'll go until the wheels come off with Bijan Robinson.
Really?
I will.
Why?
I like him this year in that offense. I liked him last year. The coach didn't use him very well. I felt his frustration. Because I had drafted him
and spent money on him.
So then there was that one week where he was active and then just didn't play at all, and we found out he had like a migraine. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then
that
wasn't good.
Terrell Davis would have played with a migraine.
Damn straight he would have. He would have saluted you as he scored and gave you 3 touchdowns and a victory.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so Bijan, that's your target going into the draft.
That's my target going in, and I'm not so sure everybody shares those sentiments. So I'm okay, like proclaiming that nationally.
Yes,
but that's where it stops.
What's the amount that you got to tap out? That you just will not spend this amount on any player? It doesn't matter who it is. Eric Dane, what do you have for me there?
I mean, I think we were talking about this earlier. I think Christian McCaffrey goes in our league because people like to overspend on the guy.
Yes.
So in our league, Christian McCaffrey's probably going to go for like $78.
And how much? What's your budget?
$200.
$200.
Jeez.
So if your strategy is to spend a third of your budget on 3 studs, then $78, the math is a little bit funny.
Yeah.
But you end up with Christian McCaffrey, I guess. I'm not spending that much money on anybody.
Right. Now you're a busy man. You've got children as well.
I do.
How do you consume your football on a Sunday? Like, do you carve out time where you're just going to sit down, or you're just tapped out? What do you do?
No, Sundays they know that that I'm watching football.
Okay.
And I pick my spots. Obviously, their activities and those come first. But for the most part, Rich,
Yes.
I get to watch as much football as I want, and
Okay.
and it's a blessing. It's a gift. It's really a gift, and it's only 17 times a year.
That's
so
it.
Yeah.
That's it. So do you have a real team as well, or you root for your fantasy
Well, I'm
team?
from San Francisco.
Okay, so that's that.
49ers, Giants, Warriors.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's what I was born with.
So the 49ers last year
yeah.
got you all fired up, pumped up.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then-
pretty pragmatic about it. You know,
Okay.
I understood what was going on, and you know, it was one of those situations where it was like, okay, we had a great season. Next year,
Turn the page
turn the page.
and let's move on.
Let's move on.
Okay, I like that. And then, your commissioner's a Cowboy fan.
That's a problem. But we love each other. We do.
I mean, we do have a great
For
affinity for one another.
Niner Cowboy fans, we do have a pretty profound relationship.
Yes, you do. Deep. Who else is in this? Anybody else that we would know that's in this league?
TJ?
Kutcher's in it.
Oh,
And that's about all that you would know. I don't
okay.
think.
So, has Ashton won it?
Ashton hasn't won it yet.
Ever?
Ever.
Bro, he's
come
He's
so-
over, and he
he's
must be an
come
original.
So close.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
one of
for
the original-
25?
He's one
He's
of the
come
original 8.
so close.
I started this
Original
league
8,
in
like it's the
2000.
NHL.
Yeah, in the year 2000, because I got here in '99. It's September the 11th, 1999 is when I moved here. First week of the season, didn't play fantasy. I was mad all year about it. Started the league in 2000. There was 8 of us. I was using USA Today. I was
Sure.
keeping stats
But
by
could
hand.
you? No,
He's finished second probably the 5-6 times. He's gotten to the championship, but he's never won. But he's
Did
had
you-
so much success in his life that, you know what,
Oh.
I'm okay with
no,
him not winning
TJ.
this.
Yes, Ashton wins in other areas. He doesn't need to win a fantasy football title. Although honestly,
Yes.
I'm sure he would give up everything else in his life for that title in this league.
He very much would, to the point where every year now he's like, I'm just not going to play. I'm not playing.
listen.
Of course he's playing.
Guys, sure. Obviously, he's a blessed man. Okay, all of us here in this room are blessed in
I'd like
some
to
way,
think
shape,
so.
or form.
But
Okay,
and he's a good guy.
No, I understand
Okay.
that, but in fantasy, you can't bring anything else into the equation to balance out anything. As you know, when you win in fantasy, you're walking around that Monday night like you have just won life.
That's the
And
greatest
then
thing
if
in the
you
world.
lose that fantasy week, you are waking up Tuesday morning saying, "Why am I so depressed?"
Right.
And then you have to then remind yourself about the blessings in
onset
your
of
life.
The depression comes Sunday sometimes.
You know early.
I mean, if you're waiting for that Monday night game for something, it's a long shot.
Right.
Unless you're just tacking on points.
Correct.
Monday Night Miracle.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't say, well, Ashton's a good guy, or, he's in 2.5 Men and he's got these residuals. No.
Well, I want to clear that up because just because you get a charmed life doesn't necessarily mean you're precluded from being able to win a fantasy football league. Nor does just being a good guy do the same, but I feel for the guy.
right.
I feel for him. TJ,
argument
how
is
many
Eric-
times have you won it, TJ?
I'm a 3-time champion
Oh,
of a highly
wow.
competitive fantasy
So we
football
got
league.
a 3-time champ and a 2-time champ.
we have five championships between
and
the two
we
of us.
got 0.5 men.
I will say this though, Eric also very successful, very charmed, lived a great life, and yet he's somehow won too. So I mean, it is what it is.
And that 70s show is now that Zeros show, right? Okay, I could keep going on. Let's talk about One Fast Move, sir.
Okay.
What attracted you to the script, to the role, and all of that stuff? Or-
Well, of course, I mean, the material was great. The script was great. The character was great. The dynamics between the father and son were, I thought interesting to play. I thought they might have presented a challenge. Some of it may have felt a little bit personal to me, and the actors that I was fortunate enough to work with made it even that much sweeter. So, you know, I love racing motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I don't do it anymore. I love watching MotoGP. This is something that was interesting to me, and just to have the script actually be good and the characters be good at the same time was something I leapt at, and very proud of this movie.
What's it like hanging with Edward James Olmos on a set? I mean,
he's just cool. I mean, how he sounds in that clip is how Edward James Olmos is. He's just like, he's cool.
Did you pick his brain about anything in his career or something like that?
Well, he's the biggest baseball fan I've ever met.
No kidding.
The biggest baseball fan I've ever met. And whenever he's not working, he's watching his iPhone.
He's on the MLB app, is what you're saying?
He's on the MLB app. He's got a baseball game on. Any game. He'll watch any game. He loves the Dodgers. He's a diehard Dodger fan, but he'll watch any baseball game. If you have him on, you guys can talk baseball for days.
No kidding.
Yes.
All right. I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
I thought I would just talk to him about Battlestar Galactica. That's just the one thing that I would just pull out
He'll
of his.
talk to you about that too, but he loves baseball.
The Borg, known as Shohei Ohtani, you know. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. That's awesome. And that's available right now on Prime Video, available on Roku. Everybody should check out One Fast Move with Eric Dane. So just hitting the Wayback Machine. Is it true that you tried out for your role in Grey's Anatomy for the pilot, but didn't appear until 2 seasons later for the first time?
I auditioned for the pilot. I tested for the role in the pilot and didn't get it, and then was called back a couple years later for a guest starring role that I ended up doing that turned into a regular role that I ended up doing 140 episodes of that show.
And it wasn't the same character that you tried out for?
No, it was the other guy.
McDreamy?
It was the other one, McSteamy.
Okay. No, I know that.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
but then
right, McDreamy was the character that I had tested for.
Tested for.
Yeah.
So that no McDreamy.
And they didn't think I was the dream.
But you were the Steam.
They thought I was the steam.
He had 19 abs, so at that point.
Okay.
So, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that 19 are still there, TJ.
No. My daughter asked me recently where my abs went.
How'd that go for you?
Yeah, I don't think, honey, they go. It's a fact of life, babe.
No.
They go away.
You should do what I do. I blame it on the child.
It's all your fault.
Exactly. If it wasn't for you, I'd be in the gym. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm best dad ever. I don't know how it happens.
I'm going to use that one. I just get mugs.
Wow. Okay. So that's how that worked, is that you eventually got the role on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I ended up on that show one way or another. I found my way onto that show and into that world, and it was great. It was
I would watch
fun,
that
man.
show with my wife frequently, and I was wondering to myself how anybody in that hospital actually got better, because everybody was hooking up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just
Right.
like, somebody could need medical care, not getting it
Right.
because somebody's hooking up somewhere.
Right. No
How is
need
that-
to like. I was often asked, like, did you do research on your in your field? And I'm like, I did research on like relationships. I didn't do research on plastic surgery because there was very little surgerying happening.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, if you go to that hospital, more than likely, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Because the doctor's not on call. You know what I mean?
Although we did perform some miraculous cases here and there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but for the most time we had some amazing relationships. And thank God for that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why?
That's what kept the show going.
That's
It wasn't the medical. It wasn't the lives we were saving.
wasn't the breakthrough.
No.
Oh God! All right. So when is your draft? When's your fantasy?
Do we have a
draft?
date?
Oh, yeah, so they wanted me to announce this. Our draft
Oh.
will be on Wednesday, September the 4th.
Oh, that doesn't work for me. I'm kidding. I'll be there.
I'm not
all
saying
good.
you chimed into the group chat.
By the way, good choice though. I couldn't. You can't do a fantasy draft during now. Like you can't do it. You got to
No.
wait till every rosters are set.
Of
Is everyone
course.
healthy going into week 1? You do it the night before.
Of course.
That's the way you do it.
I don't care how a rookie looks game 2 of the preseason.
No, you're not
I'm
gonna take that
choosing-
cheese.
I'm not taking anything.
Eric,
I'm waiting. Yes.
I just realized I'm going to be in Kansas City.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, is that a Tuesday?
No, it's a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's our Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So are you telling us that date does not work for you?
Yes, he is. No,
Yes,
excuse
he
me.
is.
I'm telling you that date does not work for him.
No, I mean, if I got to do it online, I'll do it online.
Well,
But,
we're going to have to pivot and course correct here, TJ.
you know, I just now thought about Hoskins got in my ears like, we'll be in Kansas
That's
City.
right.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
on the
This
weekend.
just in.
Right.
We're bringing our show to
Labor Day.
the home opener for the Chiefs.
Oh, that'll be great.
It will be great.
Yes.
I know, unless you're a commissioner of a very important fantasy league that Ashton Kutcher's never
I'll
won.
push a couple days just for that.
There you go. So, how about over the weekend, TJ?
we got guys who have their wedding anniversary.
You gotta
It's a
stay
big thing every
flexible.
year.
Come on.
It's
You
a
got to
big
stay
thing.
flexible in this league.
Commissioners must pivot. Now, how do you think Roger Goodell stayed around?
I have nothing to
not
do for a
realize
while.
that
I
when you
can.
set
I
the
can.
date?
Well,
My
we set the
dates are
date,
open.
like 2 weeks ago, and it just now hit me. Like, oh crap!
Fantastic. All right, I'm glad we worked this out.
So am I. So am I. I had a date for about 18 seconds, and now the
Now it's
date's gone.
Poof. Is there a trophy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Is it like the Stanley Cup where it travels?
It's a trophy, and you get to keep it for the year. And it is an
okay.
actual substantial trophy that you get. The loser has to get the name of the winner engraved into the trophy.
Okay, that's the.
I brought it in here before.
I don't remember that.
it
But
was a
so
long
the
time
loser is in charge of the engraving.
Well,
Correct.
That was the idea. But it turns out I'm the one who always goes and gets it engraved. Like, the person doesn't do it, so I go
The
do it.
3-time champ is getting things engraved.
That's not right.
Well, the engraver is like literally like a 2-minute drive from my crib, so I just want to make sure it looks
Okay, well then
uniform,
that's your
so
job.
I take it.
That's on
to
you.
make
If
sure
it's a 2-minute drive from your house.
So I make sure it's done right because we let Travis Case do it once, and he got some font that was completely different than the other font on the trophy. So I
Well,
was like, I'll handle it.
Good luck to Kane is able. And good luck
you.
to One Fast Move as well.
you.
Available for streaming right now exclusively on Prime Video. Check it out. It was released yesterday. You can do that at this very moment. But we still have a little bit more time off on this program. Great to see you, Eric Dane.
Great to see you.
Right back
Rich.
at you. At Real Eric Dane on Instagram. Check that out if you wish. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.